Hello and what is going on, guys? Tomcat here and welcome back to SpinTires MudRunner. Now, real quick, I do want to let you guys know that I fully cleared out all of my mods and started over so that thankfully all of the issues with the game running weird or the game crashing, all of those issues have been seemingly completely ironed out from all the testing that I've done. Now, let's go ahead and get on to what we are doing in this video. Now, as you can see, we have Frog's F450 with the flatbed and the super singles in the back as opposed to the dually wheels. And we have a standard length gooseneck as opposed to a long one. Now, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be picking up a dozer, and we're actually going to be delivering it as well as driving it around a little bit and seeing what it's actually like to drive and seeing if the creator has been able to pull off the act of basically making a tracked vehicle work in MudRunner. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and fire this thing up, and we'll get out to where the dozer is. Now, as you can see, it has been neglected for quite a while, sitting out behind that house, and hopefully it fires up, because God only knows how long it's been sitting back there. Let's see if we can get this. Well, I was a little too aggressive with backing it in there. Little too aggressive. But that's okay. I can realign myself, and then we'll be good to go. There we go. Oh, maybe not. The shorter trailers are a little bit tougher. At least for me, they are. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that could just, like, back it up perfectly the first time. But, like, at the moment, I'm not one of those people, especially when it comes to short trailers. So I'm going to put it right about here so I have room to, like, get the ramps down and everything, which is what we're going to go ahead and do now. We'll go ahead and get those ramps down. And I'm a little bit worried about whether or not the ramps will have trouble interacting with the tracks. But again, that's just something that we're gonna have to find out for ourselves, and I really don't know how that's going to go. So get the ramps down just a little bit more. That's enough. That's plenty. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing off so we can see whether or not. Well, first of all, so we can see what the dozer sounds like, and B, see if it'll start up. Let's see. Oh, let's try it. Yep, there it goes. Well, she works. She runs. Now, if you want to steer the thing, well, at least if you want to turn it, you have to turn full lock and then get on the gas. It won't turn while you're, well, it will kind of turn as you're going along, but most of the turning you're going to do is going to be in one place. Now, it does do it correctly. I mean, one track will go one direction and the other track will go the other direction, and everything in the track assembly works. And that's basically done through the use of 5 different axles that you really don't see, that are all kind of within this big mechanism down here underneath the body of this dozer. Now, if you go into first-person view, I mean, the textures are obviously not the greatest, but, I mean, hey, it's still really, really cool. Now, it does have, obviously, a blade on it, which I did put on in the garage. Let's see if we need to take the blade off, though, in terms of getting it on the trailer, because we might have to take the blade off. Oh, yeah. The blade is definitely going to have to come off. All right, we can put the blade back on later. Now, the only thing that you need to keep in mind about locking the diff is that with the diff locked, you cannot turn. You cannot turn whatsoever. And actually, that went up onto the trailer perfectly. Like, no glitches, no weirdness. It just went right up. No issues whatsoever. So that is actually very, very promising, because a lot of tracked vehicles in the past that I've tried to use have had a lot of problems getting up onto trailers, oddly enough. And I think the reason for that is either the trailer didn't interact properly with the tracked vehicle, or vice versa, like the tracked vehicle didn't interact properly with the trailer. But nonetheless, she's up, and I'm thinking that we're going to have to make use of this F450's heavy tow lift. And I want to say that after we get it fired up, let's see. Let's go ahead and bring those ramps up. And now let's go ahead and see if we're going to need to make use of that heavy tow lift. Now, what the heavy tow lift does is it allows you to adjust the rear suspension independently from the front to compensate for heavy loads, such as the one that we have right here. And I'm thinking about also maybe going up to lift 1. I don't know. Let's see how lift 1 affects us. That's not too bad. Okay, that's not too bad at all. So now we have to decide if we're going to go to the lumber mill to the right or the lumber... Oh my god. All right. When you start to move, you really notice it start to squat a lot. Like, this squats the truck a ton. Oh my god. It can barely get out of here. Holy crap. Dude, this thing can barely get out of here. It'll back up. But getting out of here, I don't think so. Let's disable lift 1 and see if that helps a little bit. Not really. Here, let's start up the dozer. Maybe move it a little bit further forward. And see what happens. Oh, it's rolling backwards a little bit. Oh, I see. Oh, God. Stop, 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 stop. I see what's happening. It's overcompensating the trailer suspension, honestly. Like, oh, we can move now. Okay, then that tells me that we're in an okay place with it. So, parking brake on. Engine off. Back into the F450 and mess with the heavy tow lift again. Because that's something that we really, really, really need. Uh-oh. Are you kidding me? Is that, like, all it's gonna do? That's, like, as far up as it goes? Oh, my God. Well, we're moving. We're moving. I mean, I'm gonna... Oh, my God. You can see it's bowing the wheels of the trailer. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of stress for this truck. That's genuinely a lot of stress. Wow. I'm surprised we're even moving right now, to be completely honest. I have the heavy tow lift maxed out. Now, normally, I wouldn't have to do that. But the reason why I have to do that is because if I have the dozer any further back, then I can't get enough traction to move forward at all. So I had to move the weight a little bit closer to the rear tires of the truck. But the problem with that is that it really, really overloads the rear suspension. So I kind of had to pick the lesser of two evils here. And I know there's going to be people that are going to be like, oh, you got your weight in the wrong place. Bro, I've got my weight where it needs to be in order to move. Like, it had to be there in order to move. Like, that's literally the only way it was going to start moving. God, that's genuinely overloaded. I mean, when I say this thing is maxed out, it is maxed at... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's try very light throttle. Oh, dude, she's not going anywhere. Maybe one of these trees? With a little bit of help and a little bit of, like, suggestion from a tree, it'll move. However... Oh, that might only go so far. That might only work for so long. God, look at that rear suspension. That rear suspension is just caved, man. It is absolutely caved. Now, let me see real quick if we can do something with that. I mean, I feel like... Here, let's detach the winch. Put the parking brake on... and hop in the dozer. Now, my question here is... Oh, God. All right, I backed it up a little, but is that going to basically make it so that I can't move this truck at all? Oh, I can move it kinda. Like, I can kinda move it, but... Yeah, she's not moving much further than that, boys. She is not moving much further than that. I mean, I distributed the weight a little better, but it's still in a place where it's going to have a lot of issues. Oh, there we go. See, now it's just overcompensating the trailer suspension, so the trailer's digging into the ground. It's just too much weight for everything involved, really. Like... I know we've gone overboard before, but, like, this is really overboard. Like, we've gone overboard before in terms of, like, you know, weight that a trailer can manage, but like I said, this is truly overboard. This is overboard on a level that I haven't really experienced in a long time. Oh, let's go to that. Let's see if that, like, fallen tree can help us out a little bit. I'm, like, super light throttle. Super, super light throttle. Oh, there it is. There it is. I just don't want it to, like... I don't want it to end up, like, not necessarily snap as in, like, snap the winch line, but, like, snap as in glitch the trailer out and then end up in a really sketchy situation. Because you'll end up getting really sketchy really, really, really fast if you screw up a scenario like this. You know what? You know what? Time to try option 2. Hang on. Time to try option 2. Down go the ramps. And into the dozer I go. And backing the thing off of it. And then now that we've backed the dozer off, I'm going to see if the long gooseneck allows us to maybe distribute the weight better. I don't know if that's actually going to work or not, but it very well could. And I think that at this point, it might be our only option, because this trailer is really just giving us a bunch of problems at this point. All right, long gooseneck now. Now, let me move this guy into a situation where it's a little bit easier to load. And, I mean, say what you will about me, quote-unquote, like, cheating that hill. Bro, like, I feel like at this point, there's nothing really wrong with kind of bypassing a hill slightly. All right, I lowered the rear of the truck a little bit just to see what would happen if we, like, just so I can see what happens when we do load the dozer. And let's get those ramps down. Oh, that's going to be a really sharp angle. Like a really sharp angle. All right, let's grab the dozer. Oh, crap. I hate waiting through, like, this really long startup process. And I always forget that if I click the refill button, it'll just immediately start all the way every time. So, oh, there we go. Wow, it's actually not slow in high. It's not slow at all. And it can still kind of turn in high, which is impressive. All right, boys. Here we go. It doesn't look like it's completely compressing the suspension on the Ford yet. But then again, that might be due to the ramps. Oh, well... Well, it's actually having a much easier time with the long one. Let me lift the rear up. Oh, that doesn't do anything. Dude, that doesn't do anything. Okay, that doesn't do anything at all. Well, I guess we're stuck like this for the moment. Like, being super overloaded. But we're actually kind of picking up some pace now. I say kind of. I use that term like... I use that term very loosely. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, we're gonna make this thing snap in half. Oh god! I should have said we were either gonna make it snap in half or wreck it. Which we just did very, very quickly. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh, God, we're in trouble now, boys. We're connected to the tree. We're connected to the tree! Somehow, I don't know how. Bro, this is weird now. Hang on, we're detaching the trailer. Detaching the trailer. Moving the truck. Then attempting to winch the trailer. Oh, I see why. Oh my god, I see why. Because the dozer moved. Yeah, it's because the dozer moved. There we go. It kept wanting me to recall stuff, and I was like, I don't want to do that. All right, now let's get out of here. Let's maybe get out of here. Let's kind of get out of here. I don't think we're going anywhere. Oh, God. I don't think we're going anywhere, boys. Ah, dang it. I think, like, I hate to say we might be beached, but I think we bit off a bit more than we could chew with this thing. I honestly think that, I mean, yeah, this thing has a heavy tow lift, but I don't think it actually can support the weight of that dozer. And it seems that, like, no matter where I put the dozer on the trailer, it's either A, too heavy for the trailer suspension, or B, too heavy for the truck suspension. So you know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Actually, well, I need the truck, and I need the truck to be on to do what I'm going to do. But let's go ahead and drop those ramps. Drop those ramps, shut the Ford down, and go ahead and insta-start the dozer. Back the dozer off the trailer and just continue in the dozer. Because it's not, like I said before, it's not a slow vehicle by any means. Turn? Oh, that's why it wouldn't turn. I was like, why are you not turning? And I forgot that I had locked up the diff. See, now that we've got this thing on the move, I mean, not really much that's going to stop it, really, I feel like. I mean, mud can try to stop it, but as you could plainly see, that's not really phasing it at all. It's like, oh, you got mud? That's cute. Like, really, there's nothing that phases the dang thing. Like, look, it just goes right through it all. Like, it goes through the marshland, it goes through the mud. It just goes through all of it without even remotely complaining. It's just like, okay, like, what else do you want me to do, you know? Like, because I'll do it. You just gotta tell me where and when, you know? The automatic mode is not bad. It actually holds third for, like, a really good while. Like, longer than... It holds third in a variety of like, surface types, too, because a lot of these things, I mean, you guys know at this point, there are a lot of trucks that will just go immediately right back down to first gear whenever they sense the inkling of mud in auto mode. Not this. This thing's actually doing really well for auto mode. Like, really, really well for auto mode. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. It's just going through the reeds, going through the water, going through, like, just about anything and everything that would normally stand in the way of most vehicles. And it's doing it with very little trouble at all. I mean, you have to admit, it's pretty good. Like, it's not, again, okay, I gotta go back to the fact that, yes, the textures aren't great, and yes, the, you know, maybe some of the visuals aren't the best, but there are two things about this thing that you have to appreciate. One, the ease with which it covers ground, and two, the sheer, just, like, the way they've put together the, like, the track mechanism. I could see it being a very good rescue vehicle, too. Like, I feel like rescue vehicle would be something that would be really good for this, actually. Because, like, can you imagine? There's very few situations that this thing would not be able to help a truck out of. That's for sure. But if you guys enjoyed this video that was originally supposed to be a hauling video that turned into just driving the dozer the rest of the way, then don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to put your parking brake on your dozer. And if you have any thoughts or opinions, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to you guys later.